Hey guys, just going to do a product and performance review on these new Cycliq Fly12, the camera and light for your bike. This is not a paid product review at all. This was paid for as a regular customer through their Kickstarter that finished a while back, and these have just been shipped recently. So I'm going to show what comes with it. We'll do some performance tests in bright and dark and show some of the features, and then I'll talk about how it performs. So first of all, it comes in a nice box. I'm not going to do a full unboxing because it's dead boring, but we'll take it out. I've already had this apart and had it out of the box and whatnot. So the first thing is, it comes in a plastic carrier, which is really nice, not just cardboard. So that's, you know, it's going to mean it's nice and strong for shipping, so it's going to come in a good condition. It's not going to get crushed or anything. Quick start guide and a few bits and pieces. There's a mount here for your handlebars. It comes with a 16GB Transcend brand Class 10 card and an adapter, because a micro SD goes inside the camera, and you got the adapter so you can plug it into your card reader or your laptop or whatever. USB cable. There's a screw so you can screw the mount. You know, the camera goes onto the mount, you can screw it in so no one can undo it, or you can use the quick release one. I'm going to be using this on my bike because when I park my bike, I'm going to be taking the camera with me. This is, you know, use this and you need to get a tool to take it off. People can't just come along with sticky fingers and walk away with it. Then it comes with also a lanyard and an Allen key, but I've lost the Allen key somewhere. I must have put it down somewhere and I don't know where it is, but it does come with an Allen key to use the clamp and whatnot. So this is the unit itself. Let me take it off of here. It comes with a tripod mount as well, which is nice. So you can use it as an action cam, not just on your bike, but, you know, third party sort of stuff, you know, watching your mates go past. Stick it on the tripod just there. We undo this one and we can take that mount off. It's a standard GoPro style mount. I'm not sure if there's a name for that, but you'll see it's just a everyday GoPro style mount, so you can mount it on all sorts of things with the compatible mounts, which is a nice thing. That's the quick release style screw, so you can just, you know, like a wing nut sort of thing, or a wing bolt, I guess you'd call it. And there's our unit. So it's Fly12 upside down on one side, because if you mount it that way, it's the right way up. So, you know, bit of symmetry there. The light on the front, 400 lumens and a 1080p up to 45 frames a second camera. This one came configured to use the full 1080p at the 45 frames a second. In the video that I'll be doing now, the video that you're watching right now is 25 frames a second. So I can't mix and match frame rates. So the video that's of this thing in action that is in this video is going to be down mixed to 25 frames a second. I'll upload the raw footage separately at the full 45 frames a second, so you can see, you know, what it really looks like. But it'll give us a good indication of the lighting and the camera quality. But if it is a little bit funny with the frame rate, just check the next video and you'll see the real thing. So basically we've got the light and the camera. It's all made of aluminium except the back. So we've got the front is aluminium, the back is plastic. It feels like pretty hefty. It weighs 244 grams, so it's not something you're going to put on your Tour de France bike. But that's not really what it's made for. It does have, however, a race mode where you can set a setting in here to turn off all the lights, which is a requirement of some race classes. You're not allowed to have any lights on your bike because that way you can distract or dazzle other riders, which gives you an unfair advantage. You got the power switch at the back, a Wi-Fi Bluetooth switch, because this can connect to your phone through Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. It also has a memory card slot in there and a reset switch, a little reset button, and USB for charging and to access the memory card. When you plug this into your computer, it just comes up as a memory stick, like a USB drive or something. Really handy, and it automatically starts charging, so you don't actually have to take the memory card out to use this thing at all. You just plug it into your computer and there's your footage. If you press this button while you're riding, like you see something crazy on the road or an accident happens or something, if you press this button, it will save that video that it's just recording now and the one previous, so that way it won't record over. Because what this does is, when it's recording and it reaches the end of the memory card's full, it goes back to the earliest video and starts overwriting from the start again. So it just keeps looping around and around. So you can actually save the video that you want. Every time you press this, it'll beep at you. It'll actually makes a camera sound, I believe, like the standard camera shutter sound you get on your smartphone. And then that video on the previous one is saved and will never be overwritten. Also, if this thing tilts while you're riding, like your bike's fallen over, you've had a crash, it will then save that video and the previous one as well. So if you're knocked out unconscious or something happens, it saved the video and it won't overwrite. Even if this thing keeps going for hours later, that video is safe, which is another nice feature. Yeah, it seems like a really nice camera. I have already used it. I'll show the footage in a second. But yeah, it does the business. The only thing that I can't show you in this video is the connectivity with the phone, the smartphone. They've only released the Apple apps, you know, for your iOS, for your iPhone. They haven't released Android yet, which is kind of a bit of a bummer, because I've got a product here which I can't use. I don't have any Apple devices. I'm an Android fanboy, so I can't use most of the functionality of this thing. Things like the Strava overlays, the tram line. You can actually show lines on the screen. So like if this video was the road, you'll see lines like this sort of thing, and it shows you how close cars are coming. There's like a legal limit how close cars can be, and you can put the lines on the screen. Down here you can have a little display showing you like a Google Maps or the speed you're going and that sort of thing, like all the stats. That's all through the iPhone or through the Android app, which I can't use yet. So it's a bit of a bummer, but I'll show you the operation just as I can do it with the bare camera, and we'll do another video once the Android app is released and we'll have a look at that then. Alright, so that's the basic rundown. Right now what I'll do is I'll put the specifications on the screen. So I'll take this from their website. Alright, you can see here basically we've got 920 by 1080 or 1080p and 1280 by 720, which is 720p. The various frame rates there. You need the app to change that. It's MP4 with H.264 encoding, which is pretty standard stuff these days. The actual viewing angle, it doesn't say what it is. I'm not sure. It's got a bit of a fisheye lens effect, but it's still very viewable. It's got a good spread, which is what you need. It has the internal microphone. I have found that the microphone, the gain is very slow to recover after a very loud noise. Like when you press the buttons, the button noise is very loud for the microphone because it's inside the case and it's in close proximity. So it takes 5 or 6 seconds for that microphone to recover, or the automatic gain to recover, to be a normal level again. So if you're talking and you press a button, your voice will be essentially silent on the recording for a few seconds until the automatic gain corrects for the now low noise of your voice, rather than the loud crack of the button as it presses. 48 kilohertz sampling rate. We've got 64 kilobits mono is the data rate. That's the in the 45 frames a second at 1080p. I have noticed, however, that there's a lot of noise from the bike that's transmitted through to the unit. The unit is mounted hard to the frame with aluminium brackets and an aluminium case. So when I'm riding, a lot of the creaks and the noise of the brakes and the noise of the handlebars and stuff, the grips and stuff, they transfer through prominently, but it's not overwhelming, so it's not too bad, I guess. I have the Fly6 as well, and the Fly6 doesn't have that problem so much because it's got a soft rubber mounting and it's in a different part of the bike. It's mounted to the seat stem, not the handlebars, where there's a lot more movement of mechanical bits and pieces. But yeah, like I said, it's not so bad. It is noticeable though. As I said, it weighs 244 grams. You can see the size there. The lighting mode, solid, pulse and flashing. I'll demonstrate later in this video. We'll go outside at night time and see what that says. 440 milliamp hour, and it will run for up to 10 hours with just the camera, as it says there. I haven't tested it with the light on full, but it's probably going to be quite a bit less, maybe half that or something. I'll have to do a test and do an update, maybe with the next video when we look at the Android app. The nanotechnology mentioned there is basically a conformal coating. It's like a resin or a epoxy or polyurethane coating on the circuit board. That just means if any water gets inside, it's not going to corrode all your circuit board and kill the device. It's internal waterproofing, basically. I think the nanotechnology is a bit of a marketing term for just a conformal coating. Comes with a 16GB micro SD card, as I mentioned before. 400 lumens. It's good for about 24-25 meters of illumination. Bluetooth 4.0. That's BLE. That's the Bluetooth Low Energy. So it's not going to use too much power from the actual camera light unit here, the Fly12, or from your phone as well. It's a low energy, a low power use data communications method. But it also has the Wi-Fi streaming, so you can pretty much use your phone as the viewfinder if you need be. And then micro USB for your connections for your charging and loading stuff to and from the computer. So that's pretty much the camera light unit in a nutshell. It feels very nice. The aluminium is nice and sturdy. It's been nicely machined. There's no dags or flashing or anything. The plastic housing is also very nice. It feels soft to touch. It's not squishy, but it's not hard and shiny. It's very nice. It's like the case here. If you look on the back, a lot of cheap Chinese products have got this, the cheap, plastic feeling. Whereas this here is more like the softer, like a texture or something. I don't know, but it feels like a quality product, which is very nice. But right now we'll stick it on the bike and we'll see how it performs in daylight and then also at night time with the light on and off. Alright, so I've got the thing mounted to my bike. It fit perfectly on the handlebars here. It's 31.8mm is what I've got sitting there. This is a Knog, or Knog, however you say it, just a speedo and whatnot. That's still working alright, so there's not much interference coming out of this thing. And these can be a little bit sensitive with the wireless link down to the transmitter here. So because of the big fat forks and all this stuff, this has to be in a relatively precise location for it to work. But with this here, it still works fine, which is a really good thing. But yeah, that's pretty much what it looks like mounted to a bike. Not bad. Alright, let's go and see what the camera looks like. Alright, so we're outside. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon, outer suburbs of Tokyo. We'll just do a lap of the block and you can have a look at what this thing is like in good daylight. It's a few clouds in the sky, so we've got good sunlight, and yeah, give us a good representation of the daylight capabilities of this camera. So next up, we'll show you what it looks like at night time with the light on and with the light off. So we'll do 2 laps around the block, one without the light and one with the light at 100%. So this first lap will be without the light and we'll see how it goes in the dark. to 100%, and we'll go around again. There we go. The light does make a bit of a difference, eh? On the camera, it probably looks like a bright hot spot in the middle, but in real life it has a good spread. Which modes are in this thing? There's 3 modes. There's on, a heartbeat pulse sort of pattern, then a flash, like a strobe flash. And in each one of those there's 3 different levels, high, medium and low. I won't talk while I'm doing it because it takes ages for the automatic gain control on the mic to pick back up after I press a button, because the buttons are inside the case and it's such a loud noise to the mic that it drops the volume right down. It takes about 5 or 6 seconds for the mic to come back up to a normal level that it can pick up my voice. So first we'll do the constant on, high, medium, low. Then it will be the pulse, look like a heartbeat, high, medium and low, and then the strobe flash, high, medium and low. So let's go through these. So that's all of our flash patterns. One thing I would like to see is a flash pattern where it's bright and then it doesn't drop down to fully off. It drops down to maybe 50%. So you'd have a medium amount of light and it will bump up for the pulses. That way you won't get dazzled so much, because the strobe, the bright strobe, it kind of makes my eyes feel funny because it's such a bright contrast between on and off. So if they had one where it was on medium and then the flash was just like a heartbeat just bumping up from the constant line, I think that would be perfect. So we're back in the cave, and what do I think? I think it's a pretty good product actually. Nice and solid, feels like quality, it is quality. Good LED, good light output, good camera. I mean, it's a CMOS, this price point, this sort of sensor, it's not going to be the world's best at low light, but it does very well. It's a good quality thing. Good user interface. It's just ticking boxes. Made by an Australian company, and being Australian myself, that's another big tick. Downsides, the problems I found. I'm kind of nitpicking a little bit with some of these because I'm just impressed with the product, and I'm just kind of, what little thing can we find? And one of them is, this is a little bit tight. It would be nice to see that just a little bit like looser, not loose to the point it's flopping around, but you know, maybe 0.05 of a millimeter. It's manufacturing tolerance stuff at this point, but for mine, this particular one, it was kind of, you know, scratch a paint off sort of tight. Yeah, so that's one little thing, but that's really a minor issue. It's nitpicking. The other thing is, like I said before, with the light output, it would be nice to have the levels not drop right down to 0. Have an option for that, like a 4th pattern, so that it's bright then dim, then bright then dim, not bright off, just to reduce dazzling. The third thing that I'm going to complain about is the lack of an Android app. Come on, guys. Android, it's got the biggest market share of any mobile device. Like, we're talking 80% of the market share or 70% or something. Apple, yeah, okay, Apple's, you got to have an Apple compatibility, but yeah, at a 15% market share, there's a lot more people using Android in general. and we haven't got it. It's been released. I can buy it from the website, and it's no support. I can't even use half the features of the thing yet. So yeah, it is coming though. It is coming. So when it does arrive, I'll be doing another video and we'll be going through all the features. But at the moment, it's kind of feels a bit like a crippled device. To the Cyclic guys, hurry up! I want it. I want to use my stuff. So yeah, I'll be jumping on that once it's released, which apparently is pretty close. But that's about it. I give it a thumbs up, and we'll review it soon and have a look at the rest of the features next time. I'll see you then.